Whoa. Why is this so blurry? Either way, did some weeding in the garden today. Planted some more corn since all planted was ripped out. Installed this electric netting around my garden to prevent further assaults from those. Turns out it was probably my pigs that got loose. My dad said that he had to fix the panels on the pig pen, but he forgot to tell me about it. And so it was probably my pigs that tore up my garden. Turn this little electric fence off. This is a Gallagher S12 solar charge fencer. It's kind of neat. It just clamps right onto this pigtail post, and that's the ground. With a little clamp there. To charge the fence with. And then when I want to go in and out of my garden, red usually means stop, but in this case it means go. I'll wait for the sprinkler to get around so I don't get wet. Did a bunch of weeding today around some of my plants. So I wanted to give them a good soak. There we go. Nice little shut-off valve right at the sprinkler. You can see these are pinto beans that are flowering. This is one of the tomatoes that the pigs dug up, but it actually has a tomato on it. Little guy trying to survive. That's the one they really dug up. Not doing so good. But I've got pinto beans in between my tomato plants. They're starting to get ready. I've got my first red tomato, almost red tomato down below. This plant is just so heavy, it's pulling the cage down. Got tomato, beans, tomato, beans, tomato, beans. Missed a bean in there. I might have pulled it out when I was weeding accidentally. Oh no, here it is. Struggling. Pigs must have got that one. Beans, tomato, beans. Oh, gotta be careful not to step on my watermelons. I've got, I think this is the watermelon. This is a cantaloupe here. 2 surviving out of 6 that were planted here. And we come across this alleyway where it's soaked. Boy, I really flooded this out. That's okay. And I've got some cantaloupe and watermelon. Cantaloupe and watermelon. And then I planted more corn where all this corn was ripped out. Those are the surviving stalks. Harvested a bunch of potatoes, and then all of that is yet to harvest. But that's all red skin and golden potatoes. Working my way this way, which is all lamb's quarter and red root amaranth with a little bit of wild lettuce. Look at all that lamb's quarter. Way more than I need. So I'm pulling some of this out so I have more garden bed space for other things. I'll go around this way. There's a lot of stinging nettle over here. Not gonna touch it, but excuse me. This watermelon's looking kind of good. I read an article about allergy tea. I have pretty severe seasonal allergies, and you can use stinging nettle in a tea as an antihistamine. So I'm keeping some of that around so I can give that a shot. Here's some red root amaranth coming up through our potato patch. A little bit of lamb's quarter in there too. A little bit of wild lettuce. That's a big one. Now we come outside of this electric fence. We can turn it back on. Green means good. Snap. Snap. This tree is starting to shape up nicely. I believe this is a plum, but I've never seen any flowers or fruit on it. The other plum that I had on the other side of the yard got mowed over when it was first planted, and it's starting to come back, but it's still a long ways from being fruitful. So I've got down here, we have a French climbing bean. This is also a French climbing bean. These were planted 3 weeks before these ones. So they've got 3 weeks head start on these guys. This one's all the way up to here. And this one's all the way up to here. And they are climbing. This was the project today, was to weed around all of the stalks, because I had weeds were starting to grow up over the bases of the plant. And then we've got our 2 trellises here with cucumbers. Cucumbers, cucumbers, and cucumbers. I did not plant on that side. Ran out of plants. But I got plenty of flowers. They're starting to train up. I have to come out here every once in a while and help them out. Looks like this guy here needs a little help. Just like that. Same thing here. Weeding around all the base of the plants so they're not competing so hard with everything around them. You can see we've got little baby cucumbers. Should be a lot of them. There's a lot of flowers. That's the main garden. And we come around the duck coop area. I've got more tomato plants. Tomato. My corn got eaten. I had a corn plant in between each tomato plant, 2 between these 2 plants. But you can see something is munching all of the greens off my corn. Same thing here. Just topped it right off. Might have been the pigs. Another corn. This one didn't get topped, so that one might do all right. Hey, duck. You guys always try and sleep together just on opposite sides of the fence. This corn's doing good. And these tomato plants are being overtaken by the morning glories that I used to grow along this fence. They'd climb the fence and kind of enclose my duck pen. This year they're vining out into the yard. They didn't make it over to the fence. And they've totally overtaken my tomatoes. We have our volunteer sunflower. Just about ready to open. A few more volunteer sunflowers. In with our, this is all plantains. We've got beets that are coming back. Carrots. Nice row of carrots, nice row of beets. Plantains everywhere that just volunteer wild. And finally getting some of my lettuce to come up. Cimarron lettuce, butter crunch. I planted a whole variety of lettuce in here. And I'm starting to see red, that might be the red oak leaf right there. That might be the Cimarron. Another little variety there, some green oak leaf. And then the ducks were ripping all the leaves off my pepper plants. So I put in this black garden fence around this bed to keep them from munching the leaves off my peppers. You got orange bell peppers, red bell peppers, purple beauty bell peppers. I think all of these are purple beauty. I'm excited to see if any of those give me any peppers this year because I've never had a purple beauty pepper yet. This tree has 1 peach on it. Healthy looking tree though. Hopefully next year we'll get more. The raspberry patch. Some of those raspberry plants are 6.5 feet tall. This is the tall ones are a late variety. We have some early and late in there, but the early are getting taken over by the late variety. We had to put a fence panel here just to keep them off of the sidewalks so we could get through. But if I can sneak back in here, yeah. Delicious. Mulberry trees have been going wild. We've had a lot of mulberries. Every time I have Grayson, he wants to go pick mulberries with me. Peach trees are loaded. Oh, The solar lights are starting to come on. We're running out of daylight. Now out here we throw our, after Halloween is all done, we throw our pumpkins out here for the goats and sheep to eat. Did you hurt your leg, little goat? Hey, Susie. Thanks for joining me. But these are volunteer pumpkins or squash from what we threw to the goats and sheep last year. And apparently they don't eat them, because they've eaten everything else. And last but not least, we have our broccoli bed, which the ducks have destroyed. They come and they pull the leaves off our broccoli every year. That's what the ducks do to the broccoli plants. That's the only one that still has leaves on it, these two. Everything else has been picked clean. Tomatoes. Got a lot of flowers, not a lot of tomatoes over here yet. More tomatoes. Lightning bug. See you later, little buddy. Oh, we got a little tomato. Woohoo! 2 of them. And we had 2 banana peppers. But I ate half of one, and then the other one's kind of brown. Outside of our tomato cage, this is a volunteer tomato plant, which I am hoping is one of those pink lady tomatoes that we had last year, because they were my favorites. We have some carrots that are going to seed. This is a rainbow blend. Now I'm not sure if I should just let them go to seed so I have more carrot seeds. If it's too late to pull them out, if they've already started to flower. I don't have very much experience with carrots, but I love them. Those were volunteers, the seeding ones. And these are the ones that I planted this year, this row. But these are still pretty small. No carrot on that one. Maybe they are getting a little bigger. All right, camera focus. There we go. Sheep are all grazing in the far pasture right now. Oh, somebody's doing fireworks. Just saw them. Let's see if we can make it out to the pond before it gets too dark. Hi, Purple. How are you this evening? Yeah, thank you. I like it. My kind of living. I hear my fence shorting out. See if you can hear it. Aha! I see it. It's this weed right here. And I don't really want to get shocked when I grab it, but problem solved. All right. Look at that, we fixed the fence. Beautiful evening. Just got back from the beach, went to Lake Michigan for dinner. The waves were really big. It was pretty windy there. And it was definitely not good swimming weather. Pretty day to be on the beach. The water was pretty cold. The waves were pretty high. I was much happier on shore. Today's actually been comfortable. We've been really hot the past month. It's been pretty miserable hot. And it was really dry until this past week. We got 2 days of rain this week, and that was the first rain we've had in 6 weeks. So everything's greening up and really happy right now because it finally got some rain. And with the rain brought cooler temperature. So it's down from the 90s to mid 70s probably right now. Real comfortable. Oh, there goes a bunny. Hiding under my panels. The goose family is up on shore. See if we can feed the fish and get any of them to come up to the surface. Oh. Blurry again. Come on, camera. You can focus. There's my refugee goats. The ones that decided never to come home. I'll feed the fish first and then yeah, there we go. Dinner time. This thing's having a hard time focusing. Hey, goats, you want to come home? You want to come home? I'd sure like that. No, my camera's not doing a very good job of keeping up in this low light. Come on, goats. There was 3 of these goats back here. And it appears the coyotes have taken one away from me. Come on, goats. I'll carry this bucket back up. Oh, you got a hurt leg still. Come on, let's go. Come on, goats. Come on, goats. Yeah, I've checked her hooves, trimmed them up, and I don't see anything that's causing that limp. But she's been lame like that for a couple of months now. It's just not getting better. Come on, goats. Come on, goats. That white one is especially wild. I'm really surprised that she's following me. Come on, goats. Yeah, I said something about it, didn't I? You two had enough back there. You've been living back there by yourselves for a month now. Come on, goats. 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 Come on. Keep coming. Come on, goats. Gotta stop to pee. All right, come on, goats. Hey, goats, come on, goats. There you come. Come on, goats. Come on. Come on, goats. Come on. Come on. Oh, come on. Last goat. Come on. Come on, goat. Sorry about this camera work. Yeah, I hear you. It's always the last one, huh? No, you stay in here. Stay in here. Come on, stubborn. All you gotta do is go through this open gate right here. Come on. There we go. Ow. Everybody is contained again. Well, everybody except the missing goat. And this is Blurry. I'll have to bring the fish food back down later. And I think we're about out of daylight. There it is. Hey guys. Brought your friends back. Three-quarters of a moon. Yeah, and there's new goats in there. You're gonna have to battle for authority. Yep, thank you guys for joining me. We'll catch up with you again here soon. Have a good evening.